What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized electronic money produced in January 2009. It adheres to the concepts laid out in a white paper by the strange and mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto. The identification of the individual or individuals that produced the innovation is still a secret. Bitcoin provides the guarantee of reduced transaction charges compared to standard internet payment systems, and in contrast to government-issued money, it is run by a decentralized power. Bitcoin is a kind of cryptocurrency due to the fact that it utilizes cryptography to maintain its security. There are no physical bitcoins, just balances kept on a public ledger that every person has clear accessibility to, even though each document is encrypted. All Bitcoin deals are validated by a substantial quantity of computing power using a procedure referred to as mining. Bitcoin is not provided or backed by any type of financial institution or federal government, nor is a single Bitcoin useful as a product. Regardless of it not being legal tender in the majority of the world, Bitcoin is preferred and also has actually activated the release of numerous different cryptocurrencies, altogether described as altcoins. Bitcoin is typically abbreviated as BTC when exchanged. Before I move on, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell because it really does help out the channel and I appreciate it. Also, make sure that you stay until the very end of the video where I'll share my top tips for making passive income with Bitcoin. However, I am not a financial advisor, so please seek out professional and expert help when it comes to your finances. Understanding Bitcoin. The Bitcoin system is a collection of computer systems, additionally described as nodes or miners, that all run Bitcoin's code as well as save its blockchain. Figuratively speaking, a blockchain can be described as a collection of blocks. In each block is a compilation of operations. Due to the fact that every one of the computer systems running the blockchain have the very same listing of blocks and transactions, and can also see these brand new blocks as they're loaded with brand new Bitcoin operations, nobody can rip off the system. Any individual, whether they run a Bitcoin node or otherwise, can see these operations happening in real time. To complete a crime, a criminal would need to run 51% of the computing power that composes Bitcoin. Bitcoin has around 13,768 complete nodes since mid-November 2021, and this number is expanding, making such a strike not likely. Yet, if a crime were to take place, Bitcoin miners, individuals that participate in the Bitcoin network with their computer systems, would likely divide off to a brand new blockchain, making the time the criminal used on the attack a waste. Balances of Bitcoin token are maintained utilizing public as well as private keys, which are long strips of numbers as well as letters connected with the mathematical encryption formula that produced them. The public key, similar to a savings account number, functions as the address released to the world and where others might send out Bitcoin. The private key, equivalent to an ATM machine PIN, is supposed to be kept private and only used for Bitcoin transactions. Bitcoin keys are not the same as a Bitcoin wallet, which is a physical or electronic tool that promotes the trading of Bitcoin as well as permits customers to track ownership of coins. The term wallet is a little bit deceptive due to the fact that Bitcoin's decentralized nature implies that it's never kept in a wallet, yet instead dispersed on a blockchain. Peer-to-peer technology. Bitcoin is among the very first digital currencies to make use of peer-to-peer modern technology in order to assist in immediate payments. The independent people and businesses who possess the controlling computing power and take part in the Bitcoin system are called Bitcoin miners. They are in charge of preparing the operations on the blockchain and are driven by benefits like the introduction of brand new Bitcoin and transaction fees paid out with Bitcoin. These miners could be considered the decentralized power imposing the reliability of the Bitcoin system. Brand new Bitcoins are given out to miners at a set but occasionally decreasing rate. There are just 21 million Bitcoins that can possibly be mined overall. As of November 2021, there are more than 18.875 million Bitcoins in existence, and less than 2.125 million Bitcoins still to be mined. In this manner, Bitcoin and various other cryptocurrencies function in a different way from fiat currency. In centralized banking systems, the money is produced at a rate complementary to the development of the economy. This system is meant to preserve price stability. A decentralized method, such as Bitcoin, establishes the release rate in advance and depending on an algorithm. Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is the technique where Bitcoin is launched into circulation. Typically, mining involves dealing with computationally challenging problems to find a new block, which is incorporated to the blockchain. Bitcoin mining adds and confirms transaction records throughout the system. Miners are compensated with a few Bitcoin. Every 210,000 blocks, the reward is cut in half. In 2009, the block reward was 50 new Bitcoins. On May 11, 2020, the third halving took place, so the reward for every block discovery was 6.25 Bitcoins. A selection of equipment can be utilized to extract Bitcoin. Nevertheless, some have more benefits than others. Certain computer chips, called application-specific integrated circuits, and superior processing units like graphic processing units, can accomplish more incentives. These elaborate mining processors are referred to as mining rigs. 1 Bitcoin is divisible to 8 decimal places, 100 millionths of 1 Bitcoin, and the tiniest unit is regarded as a Satoshi. If required, Bitcoin could become divisible to more decimal places if the participating miners approve the modification. Bitcoin as a form of payment. Bitcoin can be approved as a way of payment for goods sold or services offered. Brick-and-mortar shops can have a sign that says, "Bitcoin accepted here." The purchases can be managed with the required hardware, terminal, or wallet address through touchscreen apps or QR codes. An online business can conveniently take Bitcoin by including this payment alternative to its additional online payment options like PayPal, credit cards, and the like. How to purchase Bitcoin. Lots of Bitcoin advocates think that digital currency is the future of money. Numerous men and women who support Bitcoin feel it helps with a significantly quicker, low-fee payment system for transactions around the world. Bitcoin can also be swapped for conventional currencies, even though it is not supported by any government or central bank. As a matter of fact, its rate of exchange versus the dollar draws in prospective investors and traders attracted to currency plays. Without a doubt, among the main factors for this expansion of Bitcoin and other digital currencies is that they can function as a substitute to nationwide paper money and standard commodities such as gold. In March 2014, the IRS said that Bitcoin and every other digital currency would be taxed as a property instead of currency. Bitcoin held as inventory will have ordinary gains or losses, while gains or losses from Bitcoin kept as capital will be recognized as capital gains or losses. The sale of Bitcoin you bought or mined from a separate individual or using Bitcoin to purchase products or services are examples of taxable transactions. Like all other assets, the concept of purchasing low and selling high also applies to Bitcoin. One of the most popular ways of accumulating the currency is by purchasing on a Bitcoin exchange. However, there are numerous other methods to earn and obtain Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin valuable? Bitcoin's price has increased significantly in only 10 years. It started at $1 in 2011 and is now more than $68,000 in November 2021. Bitcoin's value comes from a number of origins, including its relative rarity, marginal cost of production, and market demand. Therefore, although it is intangible, Bitcoins call for a very high appraisal, with an overall market cap of $1.11 trillion in November 2021. Before I share with you how to make passive income with Bitcoin, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell, because it really does help out the channel and I appreciate it. Also, type the word yes down below if you would like to own a Bitcoin. Tips to make passive income using cryptocurrency. Mining. Mining is the method of using computational power to obtain a network for a reward. It is the earliest strategy of generating passive income in the Bitcoin industry, even though it does not guarantee cryptocurrency holdings. Mining, making use of a basic central processing unit, was a possible choice in the early days of Bitcoin. Many miners changed to more powerful graphics processing units as the system hash rate expanded. As the competition increased, it ended up being practically completely a game of application-specific integrated circuits, machines that utilize mining chips designed specifically for this function. Staking. Staking is basically a resource-conserving variation of mining. To get staking advantages generally involves keeping money in a suitable wallet and satisfying specific network tasks like validating transactions. With ownership, the stake, i.e. token holding, incentivizes the program's security to be sustained. Lending. Lending is a passive way of making interest on your Bitcoin investments. Many peer-to-peer lending companies make it possible for you to secure your cash for a specific period of time, so as to get interest payments down the road. The interest rate may be fixed, established by the system, or changeable, established by you counting on current market rates. This capability is available natively on the networks of numerous exchanges that provide margin trading. This method is appropriate for long-term investors who desire to increase their portfolios with low energy. It's worth stating that obtaining cash in a good agreement is naturally high risk. Running a Lightning node. The Lightning Network is a second-level protocol that is built on top of a network such as Bitcoin's blockchain. It's an off-chain payment system network, which suggests it can be used for fast deals that don't need to be sent to the underlying blockchain immediately. On the Bitcoin network, many transactions are one-way, which means that if Pam sends a Bitcoin to Joe, Joe will not have the ability to transfer the very same coin back to Pam on the identical payment channel. The Lightning Network, however, uses bidirectional channels which require previous agreement among both individuals on the transaction's conditions. Affiliate programs. A number of cryptocurrency establishments may pay you for introducing more men and women into their system. Affiliate links, referrals, or any other kind of discount rate offered to brand new customers who are referred to the system by you are scenarios of this. Affiliate programs may be an excellent technique to boost your income level if you have a considerable social media following. To stop getting the word out regarding low-grade initiatives, it's typically a smart strategy to carry out some prior research on the company. Master nodes. A master node, in simple terms, is a server that runs in a decentralized system and has functionalities that other nodes in a network do not. Token initiatives are most likely to provide unique benefits to users who have a solid interest in network stability. To establish a master node, you'll need to have a considerable upfront expenditure and a great deal of technological knowledge. Having said that, for certain master nodes, the token holding prerequisite might be so substantial that the stake ends up being basically illiquid. Masternode projects tend to overestimate anticipated return rates. For that reason, it's often a smart strategy to perform your own research prior to investing. Forks and airdrops. For investors, making use of a hard fork is a rather basic technique. It's as easy as keeping the split coin on the day of the hard fork. Airdrops, like forks, just require the ownership of a wallet address at the time of the airdrop. Several exchanges can supply users with airdrops. It's worth mentioning that getting an airdrop would never require the swap of personal keys, which is a certain sign of scams. Blockchain. The arrival of dispersed ledger modern technology has led the way for a multitude of brand new content platforms. These allow content developers to generate income from their work in an assortment of methods, all without using interfering ads. Content producers keep ownership of their works in such a system, and attention is typically monetized in some manner. This could take a lot of time in the beginning, but once you've developed a huge stockpile of material, it can be a dependable source of income.